and believing Yahawashi was coming, man.
Yeah, Pharisees are back.
And they all, because David teach reincarnation. So they're back. Somebody got to be to play the part of the wicked Pharisees.
And another thing too about IUIC, it was back in the day, okay, you had all of the Israelites, they all came from a group called One West, you know, and there was a split. You know, our group, we came from out of One West. IUIC, their leader, he came from out of One West, and they was all teaching the name, right? So when they split out, he started doing his own thing, you know, and he started changing up the doctrine. One of the things that, like, when they was in One West that they was teaching was, you know, they came HODC, they was teaching about Cornelius being the Israelite, right? Now, Nate, at first, he wasn't with Cornelius being the Israelite. Now, there's our elders always said that Cornelius was an Israelite, right? So now, IUIC is sitting up there saying that Cornelius is an Israelite, but they're not giving that reverence of where they got it from.
Right, and that's a very important piece of the doctrine, because then it will be an all-inclusive deal, like anybody can be an Israelite, but that's not hardly the case.
Right.
What'd you say?
Hey, that's part of our labor of
get hot.
Part of our labor of love. It say we being ran through the fire.
Yeah.
You know? So we literally being ran through the fire.
Out here in heat. And
then
we've been out here in blizzards.
We've been out here in blizzards. Hey man. Yeah.
Let me tap back in again. Okay. Let me tap back in. Another scripture. Because IUIC believes strictly in the law. Follow the law's commandments, follow God's commandments, and then you'll be saved. Okay? Let's read Romans 6 and 15. It says, because as you bring it up, it comes to my mind. It says, what then? This is Paul saying, well, what then? Shall we, let's go to verse 14. For sin shall not have dominion over you. Yeah.
No blanco.
Yeah, ignore him, man. It says, for sin shall not have dominion over you, for ye are not under the law, but under grace. Why did he say that? Because we were all, look, Babylon is means confusion, right? And this is the Egyptian Empire, this is the Roman Greco Empire. It's called, in Revelation, it's called what? Sodom of Egypt. This is the Babylonian Empire. This is the Medo-Persian Empire. These are all those captivities. So we can't keep the law perfect, or we'd be wearing 100% cotton. You know, it's about the law, but you can't keep it 100%. You try to do the best you can. It says, but we're not under the law, but under the grace. But it goes on. What then? Shall we sin because we're not under the law, but under grace? Yahawah forbid. So it means we still supposed to follow the law to the best of our ability, but they believe more. They call us faith-based Israelites. It's about grace and faith, you know, because you ain't going to keep the law 100%.
It takes faith to believe in this, you know, because we don't physically see Yahawashi here. You know, we don't physically see we see the kingdom when we're amongst each other, but we know through faith that every word in this Bible, the prophecy is happening. You know, because we see it. That's part of being a visionary in the street. You got to actually be able to read and hear these scriptures coming out and envision it in your mind. You know, you got to actually see that these people will be our slaves. You're gonna be able to take one of their children and put them to death, you know, the way they did ours. You know, all in righteousness.
Hey, they only believe in the one wife. Guess what? We're gonna have many wives in the kingdom of heaven.
And conquer.
Well, let's hear it like that.
It's in there.
It's in the scriptures.
Oh, you gotta bring it out.
Yeah.
I gotta hear it
There's a lot of people that had multiple wives in the scriptures.
What happened? What about Solomon?
What about Israel? Jacob had multiple wives, right?
Right.
You said Solomon, 700 wives, 300 concubines.
I mean, I want to have service.
Was there anything wrong with Solomon having 700 wives? According to the Bible? I'm asking you, was there anything wrong with that? God gave it to him. A king, that's what kings, he said he gave him his heart's desire.
It's Exodus 21 and 10.
But that was a king, though.
Well, are
We
we
are
kings?
kings.
Are we going to be kings?
We princes of the power. That's what
That's not
Israel.
what I'm saying, though.
Oh,
That's a different statute.
Now, okay,
That's
yeah,
a different
check it out.
statute.
No, it
Check it
isn't.
out though. This
Okay,
is
now did Dan, you have a bunch of wives?
Exodus from the
He
book.
wasn't a king.
Well, listen, Exodus from the book of the law. You know, the first
feminism.
5 books is the books of the law.
Nuh-uh.
If he take him another wife, her food, her raiment, and her duty of marriage shall not diminish.
What's that, Isaiah 7? Or Isaiah 4? Get Isaiah 4 real quick.
I got it.
She got-
Isaiah
you got
4
it,
and
you got
1.
that.
Let her hear it.
Isaiah 4 and 1. And then that day,
That day which is coming.
7 women shall take hold of one man.
What?
What? On that day, what?
7 women shall take hold of one man.
What 7 mean?
Completion.
And when you go into it, right?
Okay.
The Bible talks about we're the Lord's woman, right? We're the Lord's wife, right? Right?
The what? Say
We're,
that.
we're the Lord's wife.
You the Lord's wife.
Yeah. The let me get it for you.
What's that, Jeremiah?
Jeremiah, what is that? 4, 5 and 2? 4, 2?
Four.
But it say 7 women would take on one man.
One man. 7 is the number.
It could be separated though.
What you mean separated?
Like one woman to one man.
No, that's not what that says.
How's that?
It says
It would
7
say that
women
day
shall
one
take hold
woman.
of one man.
If that was the case, it would say that day one woman will take hold of one man.
Right.
Why don't it say that?
It's in there.
There's a reason why there's more women walking around than it is men.
And another thing,
Nah, I ain't with that.
another, like the brother
Well,
said,
you're gonna have to be in the kingdom.
like the
Go
brother
ahead.
said, is a reason why it's more women than men. If one man had one woman and L job is to be fruitful and multiply, we would only be able to get a woman pregnant every 9
Once
months.
a year, every 9 months.
So
and then if it's a boy, you gotta wait 30 days. If it's
gotta
a
wait
girl,
30 days,
you gotta wait like 60 days.
Let me ask you a question, since that's what you want. 1 Corinthians 14 says the Lord author not to author confusion, right?
Yes.
Right. If I had 20 wives lined up, right? They were all pregnant, and we was all faithful. Who would be the father of all those 20 babies? Who would be the father? I would, right? Now, if you had 20 men lined up and you got pregnant, who would be the father?
You had to figure it out.
You had to go to Maury Povich.
You had to go to Maury.
I wouldn't be with no man with more than. It's not just me.
I got another
I
scripture.
wouldn't do that. That's not.
I just did a video on this
I
today.
wouldn't
It's
do that.
crazy.
Say that now.
I'm not.
Genesis 4
that
and
Man, you didn't have
19.
more than y'all talking about kings.
That's
That's
just
not right.
that
That's what
was
was
one
you got.
prophet.
You gotta look at this though.
But
know,
he
women
had
ain't
more
What
than
about
one
women ain't
wife.
gonna accept
It wasn't just kings though.
What about
Only
our
Women say
kings
go
got
get
all
What about our
those wives.
forefather Jacob?
They're gonna accept it in that
He had
day.
more than one wife. He wasn't a king.
Yeah, this man
I
right
got a point
here.
there.
Let me get this
But that
right
was
here.
after the fact. I thought he got married, had those first sons, and then had the last couple of sons.
No.
And his wife died.
What, you thought he had a divorce and then got another wife?
Yeah,
No,
that's what I
that,
thought.
that's America.
And let the scripture come out. Let the scripture come out.
This is Genesis 4 and 19. And Lamech took unto him 2 wives.
Oh, what?
Hold on. I got another one. Hold on.
Uh-oh. He took himself how many wives?
That wouldn't be a part of that. That
Well,
wouldn't
somebody get Malachi 3 and 6 as well.
Here go another one, right? It's 1 Samuel 1 and 1.
Uh-oh.
Now there was a certain man of Ramathaim, Zophim, of Mount Ephraim, right? And his name was Elkanah, the son of Jeroham, the son of Elihu, the son of Tohu, the son of Zoph, and Ephrathite. He had 2 wives. Uh-oh. There's a lot of scriptures in there. And that's one of the promises that the Lord, YAHAWAH promised his men too. Okay? I'm gonna get
Men had, all through ancient Israel, had many wives. That's an American tradition.
And when you look at, the scriptures say, seek the animals and they shall teach you. You look at certain animals and they tell you that a polygamy is part of the deal. Lions, apes, wolves,
Cats.
Make another point.
cats.
Dogs.
Another thing, if we following the laws in the scripture, women had their menstruals. A man, your job is to please your man. Your man needs, he want to be pleased all the time. So when you on your menstrual, what he supposed to do? Just wait.
Yeah, he's supposed to wait.
Yeah, that's
That's
America.
loyalty.
Where'd you learn that?
America taught you that.
America taught you that.
I taught myself.
That's a
that.
Western
But now they say,
civilization.
what the scripture says, come out of her, my people, right? That's what the scripture says in the book of Revelations, come out of her, my people. And that's really just talking about the philosophies But you're supposed to leave American tradition alone. Do you follow Christmas?
No, I don't.
You don't follow no holidays, right?
Just one Passover.
Just Passover. But according to the Hebrew tradition, even in Africa today, they have traditions where the man has many wives. In fact,
and they can have that.
in fact, you got women young.
Hey, so,
Women with 13 years old married.
hey, I did a video.
You
I
disagree
know my
with that?
grandmother got married at 13.
Okay.
I did a video on an Arab guy. You know, the reporter was interviewing him. He said, "How many wives you have?" He said, "I have 17." And he said, "How many you have?" He said, "1." And that Arab, he started laughing at him like,
Because they know that ain't real rulership, kingship, you know.
But it's not even physically right.
yep.
When you look at it, are men and women equal? Yes or no?
No.
Okay. Why do we have more testosterone than females? Why do we have testicles? Testicles come from testes, testosterone.
That's what separates us.
Right. But that's why our sex drives going to be a whole lot more and harder.
No, I'm not dealing with no man.
Well,
with another woman.
you don't have.
That's
Well,
just not
you don't
me.
have to. But the thing is, you don't have to accept it. But the scriptures say that everybody on the earth, even heathens, are going to follow the Lord's laws.
They can
That's
follow.
according to the Lord's laws.
I'm not gonna.
You're
be
going
with
to get
a
it in
man.
the kingdom.
You're going to get
so we
it.
ain't gonna
So
worry
it doesn't
about
even
That's
matter.
your woman, right?
You don't have to
That's your
accept it
woman.
right now. That's
in
fine.
the kingdom, not because we saying,
God, it is feminine.
and she's going to enjoy having a team of wives taking care of y'all children.
Concubines too.
Hey,
You're going to have white women.
Hey, the scriptures say one man shall bring forth a nation.
Them pretty white women, you're going to have concubines. Them long hair Indian women, you're going to have them too.
Let me get the scripture. I don't want to
The white man, he had the black woman, he had all other nation women, and still doing it to this day.
Yep.
You know,
Hey,
but nobody says anything. You know,
Where the slave
I
sign?
didn't say I
Our
like
women
that.
were concubines to the white man.
Yup.
Absolutely.
The
I
black
believe
woman
that.
was a concubine to the white man.
I believe that. I'm not going against none of that.
Right,
I
well-
just say I'm not going to.
Well, you're going to. You're going
With no man
to.
with
You're
no-
saying it right
I can't
now.
share my man with nobody else.
Yeah, okay, but that's dominance. That's feminism.
And we had a
That's
guy.
So what happened to, well, if you step outside your marriage, that means he would have to marry another woman, right, for it to be okay?
Yeah, of course.
There's no such thing as stepping out of a marriage.
What's it called?
When you want to get
Adultery?
technical, when you want to get technical,
Right, it's not
sex
stepping out.
means marriage.
Right, exactly.
The act of, when a man has sex with a virgin, a woman that never had sex, that's when actually sex actually happens. That's when marriage come together.
It's still
You can't,
considered though.
you can't deal with that.
Oh, nah, I'm going to my ISC.
Listen.
Hey, they got multiple wives.
I did.
Hey, but you know what? The average woman right now do not mind being with a man that has a woman.
Yeah.
So why didn't they just make that official? How many women came up to me? They don't even care that I got a wife. They don't give a damn.
Hey,
No, they ain't trifling. It's that spirit.
Actually, I'm
home
gonna
run.
one deal with men and
If
wives.
9 times out of 10, if a man has like a man is well
Hold it
off,
down,
have
lay it
money,
down.
and have time to please women, you know, do the things as he can for a woman. The woman don't care if she got another woman, man. Because that's the thing, women flock to power. Who's in power? Who's able to do things? The man that can make things happen, man. Like women say that now because, like I said, we not in our glory. But when we get in our glory, when the men are beautiful, we take care of our wives and have our children, and our wives. Half the time we're not going to see our wives, because they're going to be going getting pampered. They're going to have their servants and their handmaids going, you know, seeing beautiful things, man. So they're not going to care. The thing about it, that sisterhood will be back. See, right now, black women have been taught to fight each other, hate each other, skin difference. So that is all that in the midst of it. Wow, our woman is the only one that said, "Oh, nah, if he ain't mine, I don't want him." Our women were taught to hate each other and fight.
I can add a point or two. What you saying? And when we get back into L where we supposed to be, the Lord gonna give us our strength. Our woman gonna definitely want for us to have other women because we gonna rule with that
A rod of iron.
iron.
Steel.
Laying them down.
Tight. Tight.
All right.
Even the Lord gonna get.
Hey, we got one more scripture for you.
Hey, so
One more scripture, bro. One more scripture.
again. Right now.
But actually, you off there too. There's many nations that came out of different men and women. But the man is the one that promotes the seed. The woman is just the incubator that carries the seed.
And I believe that.
Okay?
Okay, then, so go ahead.
Okay, one more scripture. For the brother, possibly. And ye, my flock, the flock of my pastor are men.
That's right.
It wasn't for her, man.
Somewhere deep down the side, she don't believe that we equal.
But that's why she gonna go to IUIC. She probably saw the purple and gold on him. They got excited.
He can't even one of them.
Yeah, he's one of them.
But you want cool on camera? Cool on camera with me, right? How you feeling, brother?
Good now.
You want a little bit?
If you're not, it's all right.